What's up, everybody? We have another podcast coming up today. This is going to be with AdmiredPlague. I'm going to throw it to him and he can introduce himself. So go for it, man.
All right. Hey, guys. I'm AdmiredPlague. Real name's Cameron. I am a indie horror and survival crafting streamer on Twitch. I've been streaming just over 7 years. I started on Justin.tv and moved over to Twitch in its first year during its infancy. And I've been streaming ever since, pretty much full-time always. So that's where I'm at.
Very nice. So before we jump into the whole Twitch thing, well, the being on Twitch itself, how did you like being on Justin TV as opposed to what is now Twitch?
It was interesting because I got into it, YouTube. I was big into YouTube back when I was a kid. I had a Roxio like game capture device before Elgato hit the scene.
Oh, very nice.
And I would film like Halo 2 skits with friends. And back then, if you wanted to get like game footage onto your computer from your console, I actually had to record onto VCR tapes.
Oh, jeez.
And then put them on VCR tapes, hook the Roxio up to the VCR, play back the footage, and then it would record to the PC.
Wow.
And that's how I did stuff.
Wow.
But then when Justin TV came out, it was cool because it was like life blogging. Blogging was a thing. Vlogging was still somewhat new, but Justin.tv gave people a place to just be like, hey, this is what I do with my life. I do interesting things, and they put it out. It was an interesting concept, but I noticed people were playing video games. I'm like, okay, that's the space I want to be in, is the video game space. So, similar thing as Twitch, but then Justin.tv was like, hey, you guys play video games. That's not what this platform was meant for.
Yeah.
We're going to make Twitch.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed my time there. I really enjoyed connecting with some of the people that I had met on Justin.tv. We had, I had helped build a small like game review company. And that's our first way of interacting with people besides a podcast was through Justin.tv, actually getting live interaction and, feedback for our stuff. So it was really cool.
And it seems like, of course, Twitch is now blown up. They've, completely changed the game of, online streaming. And, of course, YouTube is trying to catch up. What do you think between Twitch and YouTube? Do you think that YouTube has some things that are doing better, like game-related streaming-wise? Or do you think that they're evenly matched?
I think YouTube keeps continuously shooting themselves in the foot.
You think so?
All around.
What's the big thing that they usually do that you think that they're shooting themselves in the foot on?
Well, the most recent changes to their monetization of having requirements to get monetized. Like a lot of people don't hit some of those requirements. For instance, a lot of my videos are monetized. I do a lot of Twitch tips, a lot of help videos, consulting videos to kind of help out some people. And generally those get a few thousand views and stuff. And I make a couple dollars off those videos. Yeah. But then to turn around and say, okay, well, if people aren't watching enough time on those videos, then you're not going to get monetized.
Right.
But if you make really short videos, like say, 30-second skits, the time watched is significantly lower than if you were to put out, say, a 5-minute like mini documentary.
Absolutely.
So it really hinders, monetization and growth like that. So a lot of content creators are looking at YouTube and going, okay, well, if you continuously keep putting these boundaries on what can and cannot be monetized, we're going to take our channels elsewhere. Yeah. Just recently, they announced that Disney basically said, here's Jacksepticeye, here's Markiplier, and here's 2 others. Yep. We're going to have them now put their content on Twitch instead of YouTube. And that's where they moved. Yep. So now we get Marky Moo, and we get Jack, and I forgot the other 2, but they're international. One's from Spain and the other one, I can't remember, but I read the article. Yeah. But the fact that YouTube is doing these things to content creators, it's forcing their audience out, which is weird that they keep doing it. But I mean, I just think that YouTube just needs better moderation in place. Yeah. And they could probably ease up on some of this automatic stuff that's hurting new upcoming content creators. Whereas Twitch, on the other hand, is doing a lot more to help the up-and-coming streamers and casters and content creators. We just yesterday got video producer. Yeah. Basically, Twitch is now competing. So
see, and the thing is that Twitch is, they're young in the game, and they have a lot they can learn. I can tell you that, but they also learn from what YouTube's doing and going, oh, I shouldn't do that. Okay, let's just step away from that. Right. I do really like that they're that Disney Digital is now part of Twitch. You know, like that whole is they're all kind of intermingled, because that definitely helps us as a company, helps Twitch as a company stay afloat and you know, make the money that we need to make to keep the content coming, to keep the lights on. You know, because it's not just it's not for Twitch and for YouTube. It's the same thing. I think it's how do we keep the lights on? What's the best thing for our content creators? And you know, what is this going to be? You know, able to make a revenue. That's basically what it is. And I think what happens is, like with YouTube and the whole apocalypse thing, and you know, this whole thing with Logan Paul, all that crap that just has been hitting them. That is something that they need to deal with, but at the same time, they need to deal with it in a better way. And I feel like right now they're just, you are right, they are shooting themselves in the foot on that respect. I do agree. You know, for like my podcasts and whatnot, it's hard to justify the means by putting out the content, but at the same time, I'm still going to put the content out because I enjoy it. You know what I mean? So it's like for me, it's a two-sided sword. Like, do I take all my stuff and just move it all to Twitch? Or do I keep doing it on YouTube and Twitch? Because it's just, you know, it reaches different audiences for me.
I find, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with putting it in both places. Like, I upload to YouTube regularly, and I still continue to, which, strangely enough, even with the new changes that they just put out, I actually have not been demonetized yet. Yeah. Which is weird because I don't meet one of the requirements.
Well, they did say that it's not going to be until February, the end of February, when they officially unpartner people and whatnot.
Gotcha. Because a couple of some of my clients in my stream consulting business actually got the email saying that the changes were happening to them. I never received that email. Right. And my videos are still making a few cents here and there. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with at least building an audience, because either way, if you're a Twitch streamer and you're putting your content on YouTube, you may not be monetized anymore for whatever reason. If you are, that's great. But if not, you're at least still getting the exposure, and you're still getting people that are coming in. And as long as you're running your YouTube properly, you're going to bring people back to your live stream and your channel. Yeah. Similar, because like I actually have a video over this, but basically utilizing end slates and utilizing in-video annotations, saying, hey, you know, like this video, I'm live like now, come check me out. And then boom, they're going from YouTube right to Twitch, right. Which is great. But I do think, going back to the original question of, you know, what YouTube's doing, I think Twitch is just sitting back and just like letting YouTube just do their thing. Yeah. And then just going, like what you said, just, yep, that's good. Yeah. We could do better. Or on the flip side, oh, they screwed up. Let's fix it and make something even better than that. Yes. You know? Yeah. Or let's make our platform more appealing to others so we can, you know, maybe steal them. So there's that.
Well, and that's the thing, is I think that what's going to end up happening is that they're going to, as Twitch is going to start to grow more. And, you know, the community of Twitch does have some, like, you know, hurdles that they've hit, you know, things that they've hit, crap that they've had to put through, but they've overcome it as a community. You know, the small little things aren't impacting the whole, you know, like the you know, as my biggest thing that I've seen in the last couple of months is the Dr. Disrespect thing. That, of course, it affected one person. It didn't it affected his community, but it didn't trickle out to the entire site. There was something. It wasn't something that drastically changed or altered the rules that Twitch had. You know, right. You know, we do have little things, but it's nothing that we can't handle. That's what I feel like.
It's actually funny though, because I forgot where I read it, but with Dr. Disrespect taking a break to, you know, I'm not going to talk about what actually happened or anything like that, just because I don't believe that you should be in other people's stuff. Right. But the kickback though, for Twitch-wise, was his time slot where he normally streamed. You know, those 20 to 40,000 viewers that he'd get were dispersed across all of Twitch, and actually got, you know, some other streamers a nice like boost in viewership. And then the same thing happened when Lyric took a break, because Lyric took a week hiatus just to, you know, get mental things are huge, and I advocate for, like, you know, mental health and stuff like that. And sometimes like people that stream every single day, there's people that just don't realize how much mental wear and tear that does to a person.
Right.
And like I applaud Lyric for actually taking that week off and not going on social media, not looking at like the internet. He basically said, after this post is done, I'm leaving my computer room, shutting the door and locking it.
Yeah.
But it did have a positive effect, though, because those viewers are going out, and exploring new content, and more people are being seen, which is kind of cool. So it's just like one little effect, but it wasn't, like you said, a site-wide change where Twitch is going, okay, crap, this happened. We have to change a policy somewhere.
Yep.
Which I think was good on Twitch not doing that, because they have no right of being in their business. I think what Dr. Disrespect did was good. He came out, he talked to his community, he was up forward and honest with his community and said, hey, here's what's going on. I'm taking a step back. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for anything this does to you, or, your view of me, whatever. Yeah. But it takes a big person to come out and say that. Did he have to? No, but he did. And, I'm glad that Twitch didn't touch it, didn't say anything, and just let it ride out.
Right. So, and the thing is that with the, I mean, and I talked about this in one of my other podcasts, with, Dan the Man, he's a YouTube gamer. He was previously a Twitch gamer, now he's a YouTube gamer. We had talked about the whole Logan Paul thing and how that little, thing, that one thing that he did completely, there's literally a policy now in place for people like him that are on the Google preferred list, and that, those people, before their content can go, be monetized, it has to be viewed by an actual person, and that actual person has to hit go on their monetization. Now that is insane to me. I mean, that's crazy. It's good because for them, that means that these Google preferred people who, are making a decent amount of money for YouTube, they're not going to screw YouTube over, at this point, because they, that's their breadwinners,
Right.
And, I agree. I'm glad that Twitch doesn't touch certain things. Just like the, that might have been the whole thing with, oh crap, I can't think of his name now. He's a British, Twitch and YouTube person. Crap, I'll think of his name. But anyways, it was the CS:GO Lotto thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that whole thing, I had a brain fart, but that whole thing, that was Twitch and YouTube. So that's that's kind of shitty, but it had nothing to do with Twitch itself. There was no policy.
Was that Phantom Lord?
No,
he was up in something too. I forgot.
Syndicate.
There's been a lot of Syndicate. Yeah, Pro Syndicate. There was one other guy that was with it too. It was two people that ran the CS:GO lottery.
Yeah.
Phantom Lord was something else, and he stepped back and was gone for a long time. But yeah. So it's one of those things that it definitely needs to be stuff needs to be addressed with YouTube and Twitch, but with Twitch they've been fortunate that they haven't had issues in that respect. Now I don't know, you didn't go we'll swap off of the YouTube and Twitch talk, and we'll swap over to this. I want to ask you this. The last year you didn't go to TwitchCon, right? Because you guys, I think you had to I have not been to TwitchCon yet, unfortunately.
Are you considering going this year at all?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Last year was in Long Beach, and Long Beach was cool except for the party, because the party there was not enough room for the amount of people they wanted at that party.
I heard.
Everyone. It was. We didn't even step foot on the boat or nothing. We didn't go to that area. I was checking Twitter beforehand because we went back to my place to change and shower and all that stuff. And I was like, oh no, the line is ridiculous. I said, let's go to the bar. So we went to the bar and it was awesome. But if you could think of any place that you'd want to go, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be in California again, where do you want to go?
Actually, it's funny because I had talked about this with a couple of people, and I actually heard that Twitch was thinking about going East Coast and doing rotating East Coast, West Coast Twitch cons every year.
So.
So when I heard that, someone actually went as far as even saying where Twitch was thinking about putting it on the East Coast if it was to come to East Coast.
Yeah, I've heard this. Yes.
So some of the places were like Charlotte, North Carolina, Boston, New York, and Philadelphia.
Okay.
Were like the 4 that were floating around that I heard.
Yeah.
If it came down to any of those, honestly, I'd prefer New York.
Yep.
Or Philadelphia because those are the 2 closest to me.
Yep.
Even Boston is fine. All of 3 of those are within driving distance of me.
Yep.
Charlotte, North Carolina is not too bad. It's a bit farther of a drive, but like East Coast would be nice because East Coast is cheaper.
Oh yeah.
In general.
Oh yeah.
Anything on the East Coast is like half the cost anything on the West Coast.
Yep.
And I just don't think there's enough love for the East Coast gaming scene. Like everything is California because everything's in California.
Well, here's the thing: is if they put it in New York, that they're going to be able to handle it. If they put it in Boston, Boston's big. I've been to Boston. It's perfect. It will work. And
7 years of PAX East, baby.
I'm telling you, they would be able to do it no problem. I think Chicago was also on that list. Chicago would be awesome to do in.
I'd be fine with Chicago.
I've seen that. This is the thing: is I've been to Chicago, I've been to New York, and I've been to Boston, and I've been to. Haven't been to North Carolina. I've been to South Carolina, and it's basically the same thing. So, I mean,
North Carolina can handle it.
I'm good with anywhere. If it goes to North Carolina, I'm flying because I'm not driving that shit. I'm not driving 12 hours. I will not do it. Boston, I might drive that because that's no problem. New York, I won't drive. I'll fly that. And Philly.
Yeah, I would also fly New York just because traffic in general around there is just bad, just flying regardless. Because it's also a major hub too, so tickets to get there are pretty cheap.
Yep.
So
well, and like Philly, I'd fly to Philly, or I would drive to Philly because that's nothing. That's like 3 hours maximum. Like that's nothing. So I'm good with East Coast. If it goes East Coast, awesome. If it goes West Coast, I'm hoping it's in somewhere that's kind of like Long Beach where it's not as expensive because like LA too expensive, San Diego might be way too expensive. Long Beach, they kind of hit the nail on the head for that one because it's like it's not super expensive to stay places, to like all that stuff, but you still get the experience of being in California.
See, I've never been to California, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's one place I plan on going eventually.
Yep.
It's just I haven't been able to get out that way yet. So mostly East Coast stuff.
Yeah. I would say the first time that was the first time I've ever been on a flight ever, and the first time I ever was in California. So I completely understand what you mean. Like getting on a plane for the first time, I kept saying in my head, I'm like, this is for TwitchCon. This is for TwitchCon. And then like they're taking off, I'm like, this is for TwitchCon. And I'm like, I hate this, but this is. I'm like, I couldn't think of anything else. I'm like, if I just don't think about the fact that I'm in the air flying at like 1,000 miles an hour, I'm okay. Stop.
I love flying. Flying's like one of my favorite things to do, but I also like driving.
Yeah.
Like I came up with this little thing to myself. I always said that if an event was 6 hours or less, I would drive. If it was past 6, I'd fly, depending on where I'm going.
Right.
But like flying, I love it. I honestly also think that if it was not necessarily West Coast, but the west side of the continent, like Vegas would be fun.
Yes. I
think Vegas would be fun because Vegas is already like, I'm not gonna say it's affordable, but it's cheaper than a lot of places in California.
Yes.
Plus everything that's there like makes nightlife in general, once the convention is over, a riot. Yeah. But I can also see people being dumb and doing stupid stuff in Vegas. So.
Right. Well, and I would say for like Boston was cool when I've gone there like 3 or 4 times now, and every time I've gone there, I've taken a train. So I would definitely fly because taking a train is horrible. It's fun.
I've never taken a train before, and I've always wanted to.
Okay, here's my advice on taking a train. If you go to like New York, it's not bad. If you go to like Boston, you're going to be on a train for like 16 hours. It's fun if you have the time. It's nice because you can get up and you can move around. The seat, like you've been on a flight, so you know how big the seats are. You can get up like during a train ride and have no issues. And the bathrooms are bigger, the seating is bigger, you have more room for overhead space. It's like it's ideal if you want to just like chill. If you don't have somewhere to be, it's cool. But if you're like trying to get somewhere, yeah, don't take a train.
So if you're like looking for just casual travel, like you don't like meetings and stuff to get to, a train would be fine because you're fine. You're good to go. Like say if you're taking like a week vacation or something.
Yeah.
You're not there for business.
Yeah.
Or you're getting there like a day ahead of time. You're generally okay. But if you're literally like leaving the day of, you probably want to take a faster route.
Right, exactly. And the thing is that with trains are nice because like you could just see the sights. Like I spent, I don't know, probably 60% of my time either playing on my Nintendo DS when I was on those trains, or I was taking pictures of the train because it's slow enough that you can still take pictures and have like a nice picture of like the mountainsides and stuff like that. So I like the trains. It's just I don't know if I want to do that crap again, but it's super cheap. Like I want to say for Boston to try to take the train out to Boston and back, I think it was like $150 to
That's not bad.
altogether. Yeah, it's super cheap. And
we were looking at flights from Ohio to Boston today for PAX East because we just got all of our PAX East stuff pretty much squared away today. It was like $200+ per person round trip for flight tickets.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, if we drive, it's like 9 hours, which isn't that bad because it's all like just open road. Because I've done it a few times. But like if we drove round trip gas wise, it's like a little bit over $100 total. It's like not bad.
Well,
so.
It's you could also the other viable option for that is taking like a mega bus, and those are
I've seen those are cheap.
Oh, those are super cheap. Yeah, I did mega bus from Boston to New York. It was like $20, and I'm like that's barely gas. Like that's nothing. So I mean, it's just like I said, it's however much amount of time you have. If you have a ton of time, take the bus, take the train. But if you don't have a lot of time, take a plane for sure. Like I'm not, I don't recommend taking a train if otherwise. But yeah, like if it goes East Coast, most definitely I'm flying, and I'm gonna be super stoked. Like Boston.
As much as I like Boston and New York and Chicago and Philly, because I've been to all of those places.
Yeah.
North Carolina makes a lot of sense though, only because they have so many. Like I didn't know this, but I went down to North Carolina. I went to Raleigh.
Okay.
For ECGC.
Okay.
And I didn't know this, but like there's some big game studios in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
There's Boss Key Studios, which is Cliffy B's new studio for Lawbreakers.
Okay.
And then you have the entire Unreal Engine down there as well.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Because when I went to ECGC, Unreal throws this huge party, and they had all their VR stuff come out, and like all the local schools that use Unreal, because they just like launched their like new creator free tools for people to use, 3D modeling and actually make games.
That's awesome.
Unreal basically, this year in April was like, hey, you want to make video games? Use our platform, 100% free. But if you start making money off your game, once you hit a certain amount, we just want to take a small cut because you used our platform. So they gave creators tons of tools to make their own indie games and then a way to publish them, which was really cool. But I had no idea all that stuff was down there at all. There's some stuff for like Bethesda and stuff down there too.
Yeah.
Like a little like small like little office and things. But I had no idea all that stuff was in Raleigh. I was like, huh, interesting.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat. So I'd like it down there. Plus they got palm trees. So
yeah. And see, that's the thing is like if I went to like North Carolina, I've done the North Carolina trip. But I go to South Carolina. I think it's been 10 years that we've done it. Almost every year every year we've done it for like the last 10 years. Drive from Ohio to South Carolina, and we do it in one shot. So we end up it's like 14 hours basically. It's not bad at all. Like
no, it's not too bad.
No, we end up in Hilton Head at about 3:30 in the afternoon with like 2 or 3 stops at most. But yeah, North Carolina, it's like an extra 2 hours back. So, it's 10, 11 hours.
Yeah.
It's about
10 and a half. That's about like, 'cause I drove from Cleveland down there. So it's about 10 and a half hours when I went to ECGC.
Yeah.
It was not bad at all. And actually the drive there and back, because it's pretty much one road the entire way.
Yeah.
It's just super easy. Like you can just pretty much just like your brain autopilots, and the next thing you know, you're like 3 hours into your drive, like, huh, how did I cross this state? Like, when did I get into this state? I didn't see the sign.
Yep.
my drive back from ECGC was probably one of the fastest drives I've ever taken. For it, just mentally, it was just done like quick. I was like, huh, this is cool.
Yeah.
So,
and
I love North Carolina.
And that's the thing is, like, with me, I would say that if I was going to do it, I have at least one person I know that's going to go with me to TwitchCon, and he's like full gung-ho about like TwitchCon this year, because we went last year and him and I hung out the whole time, and he's from Ohio as well. So like I said, if it's close, like if it's close to Ohio, yeah, most definitely we'll drive it. And like North Carolina would be cool because, I would say for us, like I would use the same basic like math that I use for when I go to South Carolina. Get up at 3 a.m. and just hit the road and go as fast as possible. And in October it's nothing. If they do it in October, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm stoked about that. I'm pretty I love TwitchCon. It was fun last year. I'm hoping for good things this year. So.
Yep, I'm gonna do my best to try and get to TwitchCon this year. We our initial plan was to hit the entire PAX circuit and do PAX South, East, and West. But this year it may just be PAX East and then possibly TwitchCon as well.
Nice.
In the process of doing some cool things in life, so money can't just. Before I used to do probably 15 cons a year. Yeah. But I've scaled all that back.
Yeah. Yeah, the only con that I'm doing other than TwitchCon is WizardCon in March. You hear about Stan Lee going to be there?
Oh, is that the one in Columbus?
No, the one in Cleveland.
Oh, it's the one in Cleveland. Okay.
Yeah.
I've always gone to the Columbus Comic Cons, but never the Cleveland ones. But I live in Cleveland, so it was like, why don't I go to these ones? But then it just became so expensive to go because everyone I'm not saying overcharges, but it's so expensive to get a photo or anything. And
yeah.
With it being a Comic-Con rather than an expo or an anime convention, there's just a lot of differences. And it was just so hard for me, spending the money on something like that compared to going to an anime convention, spending the same amount, but having 100 times more fun.
Yeah.
It's cool. It is cool, though, seeing celebrities and getting to hang out with them, because then you go out to the bars that night and they're just all over the place. You can go. My fiance and I, when we were in Columbus, we actually got to hang out, go to the bar with Norman Reedus and Sean Patrick Flannery. Nice. So that was cool.
Nice.
They were there for the birthday for Sean. They had the whole Boondock Saints cast. So that was really cool.
That's sweet. Yeah, I mean, I've gone to WizardCon a couple times. It's been fun. I like it, but I really want to go just for Stan Lee this year, purely on the fact of
you have to. If Stan Lee's going somewhere, you have to see him.
Yes,
because he's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen Stan Lee, you definitely need to go see Stan Lee.
Yeah, just one time so I can get a picture. Yeah, get a picture with him and be like, dude, you're awesome. That's all I want to say. That's literally it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really I'm excited for that, but at the same time, I'm like, do I want to spend $120? That's my brain. I'm like, is it worth it? I'm like, but yeah, it is worth it because it's
$120 to go see a legend. Yeah, absolutely worth it.
Yeah, well, that's exactly. So we'll jump back into some Twitch talk. I want to ask a quick question about UGR gaming. Because you had done your, I was reading through your website, and your stream history talks about UGR gaming and how you were part of UGR gaming at the beginning. Could you kind of give us talk about that?
Sure. So, God, it was 2012, 11. It was 12. 2012. We'll say roughly 2012. Basically, what ended up happening was, I was on Twitter one day, hanging out, just looking for things to do and going through feeds and stuff. And I had noticed that Brandon Stennis, who is now the owner of UGR Gaming / I Am Brandon TV, because he name changed it. He was looking for people to compete in a Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City tournament.
Okay.
So I was like, well, Resident Evil's my favorite game. I bought it already, so heck, well, I'll go join this tournament.
Yeah.
So I go onto his website, and the website at the time was actually just a blogger website, a blog sites, or I think it was just Blogger, Google Blogger, whatever it was. And it was just this small blog that I had to sign up, got the bracket, and I played. And I was a web designer. I've always been a web designer. So after the tournament was over, I came in like second place, irrelevant to this conversation.
Yeah. Hey, it's not irrelevant to gaming. Come on. It's not that bad.
Sure. So I did really well in the tournament.
Yeah, there you go.
But afterwards, I had DM'd Brandon and was like, "Hey, I noticed your site is really bad. I happen to be a web developer. Are you in need of one?" And then like from that moment on, like we became like really good friends. And from that point up until like 2 years ago, I took the website from a blog site to a professional looking like game website where we started doing game reviews. We actually started doing UGR started off as Underdog Game Reviews. That's what it was called.
All right.
So that's what UGR stood for. And what we'd do, we'd go to like not Blockbuster. We'd go to Best Buy and go to like the bargain bin and find like, the $5, $10, $20 games. And we would go buy those and then play them again after all the updates and the changes devs have made. And like basically kind of bring new life to a game that's been kind of ousted or cast in the shadows because it had a failed launch or it was overshadowed by a AAA title or whatever. We just try to bring more publicity back to these smaller games that may have just been overlooked or just had a rough, shaky start and people never picked it back up again.
Of course.
And that's how we got our start. Was we would just review those, we do videos, and then like publishers were coming to us and say, "Hey, we want to review this game." I think the first one was EA, and they came to us with what was it? I can't remember. Something. I don't remember what the game was. I didn't get to review it, but we got the game. We reviewed it. We got a pretty decent amount of views off of it, like upticked our website and everything, like to the point where I had to increase our bandwidth and buy a whole new package.
Yeah.
And then our biggest huge like spike in popularity was when Fallout 4 was like teased.
Yeah.
And one of our writers at the time, Jerome, who was one of the original members of UGR with me and Brandon, he was our first writer that we hired.
Of course. Yeah.
And he had wrote this article about his opinions on what was going to be in Fallout 4 because we had found a leaked like file somewhere.
Nice.
And we're like, it's going to be in the Boston area. It's going to have this kind of a storyline with these weapons and all this stuff. And like it hit Reddit, like someone reposted on Reddit and it took off. Like we hit 10,000 views in a matter of like minutes.
Nice.
The website went down for hours. I had to buy another upgraded package again just to hold the bandwidth.
Yeah.
And ever since that point though, like that was like the turning point for UGR. We started writing out 2 to 3 articles a day. We were doing videos, and that's when I got sent to my first ever convention. Brandon was like, "Hey, Felicia Day and Will Wheaton are going to be in Columbus for Origins Game Fair, and you're a media guy. I want you to go." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I loaded up the camera, got in the car, drove down to Columbus, interviewed Felicia Day, did like an overview video, and that actually started my convention run. From that point on, now in the past 5 years, I've been to 56 conventions total.
Very nice.
Working as press. But that first convention is what actually got us into things like PAX. Our first ever PAX experience, we weren't even on Twitch yet. We simply went as press to write reviews and interview people for the website. And, being there, and Twitch wasn't that big yet because it was still its first year.
Yeah.
We ended up like realizing, oh my goodness, we have a way that we can connect with other people and interact and stuff. And being on Justin.tv at the time, I knew that it could be a really good thing for the company to get onto Twitch. So I had built the Twitch channels like, "Brandon, I'm doing this thing. Like, I see this platform, I'm doing the thing."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, cool. I have no idea what that is." Sure, go for it. Like, okay. So I ended up building the Twitch channel for UGR, started as a business thing, and I ran it for about 2.5 to 3 years myself. And what ended up happening was essentially, I had built a really big following, a really good community, because this is, the Wild West of Twitch back in its first year. There was, one, there wasn't many people on it, and 2, requirements for things were all over the place. Like it was basically if you knew someone, you got partnered type of stuff. It was all over the place. But anyway, this is when DayZ was in its prime and everyone was playing it. So I played a lot of DayZ, a lot of Half-Life. I was pulling in 60, 70 viewers a day every stream back then, which was a lot. I mean, that's like, when Mixer first came out, people were, having a hard time getting 20 just because it was a new platform. Not many people were on it.
Right.
I ended up getting our first ever sponsorship for UGR Gaming, which was XSplit.
Yeah.
Because at the time we were recording Gamer Chat Weekly. and I was looking for, which is my podcast, iHeartRadio, which was also like an offshoot of UGR. We did a lot of stuff within UGR. Like it's all over the place. We did so many things. But I had gone to XSplit and said, hey, we record this podcast, but you guys also have Twitch integration. Can we, is there something that we could work out? I was talking to, his name is Louis. He was the Philippines community manager at the time, or the only community manager for XSplit at the time, because this is back when XSplit was also new.
Yeah.
They only had 2 VIP people that they were partnered with. And that was DJ Wheat and one other person.
Oh,
we were the third. So Gamer Chat Weekly and UGR Gaming combined got this partnership with XSplit, and still have it to this day. But basically, it got to the point where I was getting donations, I was getting all these things, and I felt bad because I was using the money to pay for the hosting for UGR. It was paying the bills of UGR to host the website, and,
absolutely,
and fun conventions to get content for the site and stuff. But I felt like the money wasn't going to everyone on the team, and I didn't want to be the guy that's like, oh yeah, look at all the stuff I'm doing, whatever, So I felt bad. So what I ended up doing was I made my own channel, AdmiredPlague, and I said, hey Brandon, do you want? He asked me to try the Twitch thing. So at the first we ended up doing a split schedule where I would do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and he would do Tuesdays and Thursdays because he was still new to casting. I showed him how XSplit worked. I got him into streaming and marketing, all this stuff. And then, it got to the point where our communities didn't understand co-casting.
Yeah.
Because this is, like I said, way back when co-casting wasn't really a thing. They didn't have companies that had different people every day.
Yeah.
It was literally just one person, a camera, and a game. And that's what it was. So, when I stream, people were like, hey, where's Brandon? And then when Brandon streamed, hey, where's Cameron?
Yeah.
So it was a back and forth type of thing. And it just got really confusing. So I eventually was like, this is your company. This is your stuff. I already made my own because I already felt bad for taking donations and things like that. So take it over. And he did, and he did wonderful, wonderful things with it. I mean, he took that channel from, where I got it. We were already on a partner stream team. We had a couple different sponsorships and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he just took, that platform and just took off with it. And he did amazing things with it. He got a really good opportunity with Discord when Discord first came out. And it's just been uphill for him ever since. And I'm super proud of him. And, we always talk at PAX. Every PAX we go to, we still hang out and we go to the parties and stuff together.
Good stuff. Yeah.
And then eventually what ended up happening was UGR essentially was us as a team. It was me, him, Jerome, Angie, and then we had a couple other writers. Jerome ended up phasing out. He had life stuff going on. So then it just got down to me, Angie, and Brandon. So if you ever look back at the past 4 years of PAX, there's going to be pictures of all 3 of us together, all the parties.
Yeah.
Because we were the original crew. But what ended up happening was when he went off and started doing his own thing and got hired by XSplit as a community manager. And then now he's with versus Evil.
Oh yeah.
He's the new community manager for them. It just got to the point where UGR was no longer him. It wasn't, because UGR was all of us together, and then it was just kind of weird. So he got the name changed, but out of it though came a lot of cool things. I have my podcast at iHeartRadio now, Gamer Chat Weekly, episode 165 or something like that now. We got a lot of cool stuff. We've met a lot of really cool people, and I'm just happy for the experience of doing that, because without UGR Gaming, I probably wouldn't be on Twitch today, and we're in this interview with you.
Right.
Had it not been for me going, hey, do you need a web guy? I've gotten to do so many cool things because of that, that adventure. So
it's one of those things where it's you step on a butterfly, and it affects everything, from now until the end of time. And that's something that I always talk about. My whole into Twitch was my brother. He was like, dude, you need to watch these guys on Twitch. And I'm like, what the hell is Twitch? I'm in college. I had no idea what Twitch was. So, he's like, just watch these guys. I was like, all right. So whatever. I started watching people like Brotato, a lot of people that he watched. And then it trickled, and I started watching other guys. I watched Tiger Rider and all these other guys. And then I'm like, I could do this. I could totally do this.
I could do the thing.
Yeah, I could totally do the thing. And then I started to I started off with Rocket League, and I was playing Rocket League and just sitting. I had a shitty camera that I dug out of a box, and a microphone that I bought for $5 on Amazon, and I was like, this is it. I'm gonna do it. And then I'd get home from work, I would turn on Rocket League, and I play Rocket League from 5 o'clock at night until 1 in the morning, and then I'd get off of Rocket League and I'd go to bed, and I'd wake up the next morning and I'd do it again. I did it every single day for 2 years, and I burned out. And that's something that people, don't
Burnout
realize.
sucks.
Burnout is literally the worst, and that's why I don't play on Twitch that much anymore. Like, I play on Twitch when I can and when I have time, but like my life outside of Twitch has completely changed. I'm working on a ton of other stuff. I'm trying to create like a life for myself outside of Twitch, and burnout totally is a massive thing that people don't realize is, that's what, like you had said, that's what Lyric had gone through. That's what, all these other people go through, on YouTube. H3 just talked about like the fact that they're burning out. Their content's good, but it's like, sometimes you got to take that break. Sometimes you got to take a week off and just like completely cut, social media out, and that helps.
I mean, so I've always, when people ask me what's Twitch,
yeah,
I always describe it like it's a TV network.
Absolutely.
Except instead of just watching, you can interact with the actors that are giving out the content.
Absolutely.
And just like TV, what people need to realize is your content shouldn't be so continuous that you get trapped or you get stuck.
Yeah.
You should run your Twitch channel like a TV station. You don't see shows on every single day all year long. They go in seasons.
Yeah.
They have to take breaks. They have to go out and, you have to make sure that the content's still there. You have to make sure that, people, want to consume what you're putting out.
Yeah.
And just like any good show, you take these seasonal breaks because it brings this hype back. It's like, oh man, okay, this caster's gone for a week. What am I going to do with my life?
Right.
And then also they put that tweet out, hey, coming back, March 22nd, noon, be there with like a cool fancy graphic. All of a sudden, poof, like all this hype goes on.
Yep.
Just today, I just saw on Discord, like Dr. Disrespect just posted his first tweet in like a long time.
Oh, did he?
And
what was it?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it. I just saw it on Discord.
Damn it.
So, but like what we're doing right now is like, oh, he just did something. Like, oh, sweet. Because you're expecting his return. Because like I remember the day that after what he did and took his break, he had actually changed his Twitch his title on Twitch to I'll be back soon. But like people were freaking out, like how long is it gonna be? It's gonna be a week, a month, half a year, whatever it is. And people were freaking out. But like that's the kind of thing that casters need to realize is if you build a community and you have a solid foundation for your community that just enjoys you as a caster, whatever you decide to do, whether that be stream every day or take a break every so often, they're going to support that decision. They're still going to be there. And so many casters are afraid that they're going to lose their viewership if they take a day off of work, and it shouldn't be like that. I understand that viewers are a very fluid dynamic. They're not a constant.
Yeah.
You can assume that your regulars are going to show up every time you hit the go live button.
Absolutely.
But it's not a guarantee 100%. But I don't think casters should worry about, okay, if I take this day off because I'm mentally not feeling well, you have to look at it like, okay, so you take the day off and possibly lose a few viewers because you took the day off.
Yeah.
They're probably not viewers you wanted in your life anyway. If the, one day off is going to take them away from your channel forever.
Right.
And two, if you do stream on a not mentally good day, you end up hurting not only yourself, but the community as well, because you're not providing your best self to the community with your content.
Right.
You end up ending the cast early. You end up tilting faster. You end up saying something that you may not want to say. And it eventually you break.
Right.
Everyone breaks.
Right.
No one's a machine.
No.
Unless you're Carnage.
He's insane.
That guy's insane. Like I've been watching him since the dawn of Twitch for the most part, and that guy every single day at his time slot he's always on.
Okay.
But he does take breaks. In conventions, everyone that's listening, conventions are not breaks.
No, they're not.
Those are work. They are draining.
You're still on. You still have to be your personality. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, I went to
more so because you're selling. Not only that, you're selling to companies that are bigger than yourself. Mm-hmm. Whereas on Twitch, you're selling to an audience that's just there to hang out and have a good time. Well, but at like PAX and TwitchCon, you're like, hey, I want a thing. You have the thing. I need the thing. Let's do the thing.
Yes.
but it's such a draining mental thing that people don't realize. So conventions, not breaks.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing: is with like TwitchCon, dude, I went there and I was talking to every single company. Like, listen, I do this. I'm on Twitch, but I'm also on YouTube. I work. I'm a tech reviewer. Plus, I do this. I want to work with your company. Let me give you my card. Can I get your card? Who do I talk to? What do I do? Who you want me to talk to?
What's your favorite beverage?
Yeah. Let's chat. Do you have a cat? Is its name Fluffy? Can I pet your cat? Like, I need to know everything about you because let's fucking make this happen. Like, you know, so this year, my plan has shifted from talking to companies, because talking to companies is cool. It's fine. It's awesome. But the people I don't want to talk to the companies this year. I want to focus on the people. So I'm going to talk to every single person. I'm going to ask them what their favorite thing is. I'm going to try to get their names. I'm going to try to get their cards. I'm going to have a pack of cards. I had literally, I looked like I was doing a trading card collection. I just pull them out. I have an entire pack of cards. Let's see if I have it.
I was just about to show you. I literally have just a fan of cards still that I have to go through from the last event I went to. This includes the last Cleveland meetup that I ran, or the last meetup that I helped run in Columbus. That's where it was. For Twitch. But I also have like a fancy like business card box where you push a card out, but then there's a space in the back for other people's cards and stuff. Like, just so many business cards. But I love that aspect of conventions and meeting people, whether they're people or their businesses. Having a business card is just freaking cool.
Well, so like mine, I have all these cards, right? And they're just, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And I have found that people they trade them like trading cards. And I had a really good, I had a fantastic trick. Now, you can all steal this. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not a trade secret. I honestly did it on accident. This thing that I'm holding all my cards in is a thing that gum comes in. It's literally a pack that gum came in. It smells like gum still. Like, still smells like gum.
It still has that gum smell.
All of my cards now smell like mint.
Nice.
Every single one of them. So when people grab my card, they're like, it smells like mint. And I'm like, yep. And I didn't know that at first. I did it on accident. And the first person who took my card was like, it smells like mint. And I'm like, it does? And I open the pack and I go, oh crap, all of them smell like mint. And they're like,
what's wrong with that?
They're like, this is awesome. I'm like, I just came upon like the best.
It was planned.
It was. I was like, it's totally planned, guys. I did it. I did it on purpose. But no, and that's something that people remembered me as. Smart. It was the dumbest. It was the dumbest thing, and it totally worked. People are like, "Oh, you're the guy who has the cards." That
I am now
mint.
spraying all my business cards with my cologne.
Right. Now you can take me anywhere, guys.
Well, what's funny because you bring it up, and then this past year at PAX East, I was in the PJ Sultan tournament on the Twitch stage, which was broadcast on Twitch front page, which was freaking awesome. It was a great experience. But I had met before we all got together to go to the PAX Twitch stage to actually compete in the tournament. We all met like in the lobby of the Westin together first, and we all exchanged, business cards and like anything that we had extra. Like some people had like pins and stuff. But one guy, I'm gonna quick shout out. Yeah. So I met this guy. He's dressed up like a squirrel. His name's El Dirty Squirrel.
I like
Wonderful caster. He's a character caster on Twitch. He's a full-time caster, not partner yet, but affiliate. But you had mentioned, your card smelling. Mm-hmm. He actually has scratch and sniff business cards with a nut on it because he's a squirrel. And when he hands it, he goes, smell my nuts. And that's his tagline when he gives business cards. And it sounds wrong. But when you put the guy in the squirrel costume with the nutty squirrel business card with a nut on it, you're like, oh my God, this is next level marketing.
That's brilliant.
I will never forget it. And then also, let's see, I met Dead Flip, who is a pinball streamer.
Yes, I did.
He gave me his Dead Flip pin.
Yes.
That's one of his things that he gives out. So like having things like that. And then Maximus Rake is another wonderful affiliate caster, but he has like a Spartan theme. Yeah. And he actually gave out like golden tokens with a Spartan helmet with his name engraved in them with his logo on the back.
That's sick.
So like things like that. Like this is last year's PAX East. I still have these on my desk because they're freaking cool.
Yeah.
But it's like things like that, that like when you go to a convention or a meetup or something, having something other than a business card really makes you stand out above everyone else.
Yep.
But however, business cards that smell, one, cool. Two, makes it really easy to find your business card. Just follow the scent.
Yeah.
It's like, where'd that business card go? Ah, there it is, back pocket.
Yeah. So my I have, you know, I have business cards. I have stickers that are just my emotes. I really like the pin idea. I have to try to look for
Sticker emotes.
Yeah, sticker emotes. And honestly, just getting those sticker emotes is just it's brilliant, because people are like, oh, I have a sticker and it has my emote on it. Here you go. And then people are like, oh, you have stickers? I like stickers. And people freak out because they're stickers. It's just stickers, guys. It's nothing.
If you have stickers, you could take it one step farther, and this is something I'm doing this year at PAX East. So I'm bringing all the stickers. Like I have 6 emotes, but I only use 3. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of my stickers.
Yeah.
In like bulk, and then what I'm doing is, if someone is able to get all 3 stickers, they'll get a discount code for my Design by Human store to get something like 10% off of a purchase on the store.
I like it.
So, 1, they're getting free stickers, but 2, you're also driving traffic to one of your affiliate or sponsor or partner sites. And 3, you're making back the money you spent on the stickers, because if they purchase something,
yes.
it's a return on investment. So there's your ROI.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I was gonna say, if you, and it's not a plug because I'm not affiliated with them, but I used PS Print. I don't know if you use Vistaprint, but PS Print is like a lesser known Vistaprint basically, and they're super cheap. Like, you got to look at their site. They're like stupidly cheap. And they have
PS Print.
Yep, PS Print. Print. All it's
Yeah. So, I've been using Moo. Yeah, a lot of my cosplay friends use Moo. I had like discount code, and I got like, they have really high quality cards. Also, not a plug, not sponsored or affiliated, but
unless they want to affiliate or plug this, guys. If you guys want that, you know, just I can hook that up, please. Thank you. But yeah, no, like I really like
#ad
super ad. Yeah, no, like I want people to have a different experience. I really liked, you know, like you said, the pin thing. I met Simply Riddling this year, and she's super freaking awesome. By the way, I'm trying to get her on this podcast. There's a couple people that are on my bucket list of podcast people, and she's one of them. Because I want to talk Assassin's Creed with her for like 4 hours.
Nice.
That's beyond the point. But she gave out pins, and then her mom gave cookies to me, and I was like, you number one know like the weight of fat man's heart, because you gave me cookies, and like
cookies.
I gave her mom a hug. I'm like, you're the best. I'm like, my mom's not in California, but you just became my mom for the day.
Right.
You know, and it's just like,
that's awesome.
It's super cool. Like it's stuff that you'll remember. You're like, oh God, I love Meg just for that. Like, but yeah, like I'm trying to think of other ways. Like, you know, Gage Zigman, he did
good old Gage.
He did condoms and put ThrustCon on them. Like, are you kidding me? That's and then the craziest part is I was talking to a partnered streamer, because I had ended up in the partner line for con to get in, because the partnered line and the affiliate line were the same line, and I was just talking about them, like talking about computers telling me, no, remind me later.
Silly computer. I don't even know about this right now.
Computer's like, hey, you want to restart this? No, I'm in a podcast, leave me alone. And the thing, like, I was in the line with these partner streamers, and I was like, yeah, there's a guy I know who made his business card a condom, and they're like, oh, you mean Gage? I'm like, are you kidding me? How do they, out of everyone, they knew who he was?
Something like that gets around.
Right. And that's like, and I'm like, so do you guys know him? And they're like, oh yeah, we know him. We hung out with him last year. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is awesome.
So basically what I need to do now is just find like travel size hand sanitizers and just put my logo on it, say avoid the plague at all costs, and like throw hand sanitizer out.
Yes.
with my Twitch thing on the back.
You have to figure out how to get that through customs. That's the only thing.
I'm driving this year.
Well, there you go. Yeah, so I think that's the best.
Trunk full of hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah, you'll stop it at the things. They'll be like, do you want You want to say you got anything? Like, no, I got hand sanitizer in the back. You
I
guys
got a
need
lot
some?
of hand sanitizer.
I got a
Is it,
lot. Like
is it illegal to have over like 100 pounds of hand sanitizer?
there's at least 500 packs of hand sanitizer in there. I promise you guys, I'm not doing anything weird.
No, I'm just killing all the germs.
Yeah. Well, and okay, so I'll tell you what I thought about TwitchCon this year, that stuff they need to change: security, the party, and the venue, because the venue had no Wi-Fi at all. And I promise.
Yeah, I heard all three of those things. Like Twitter was like blowing up with like those three issues.
The only way to post anything for Twitter is you had to go out of the like area where they had all the main stuff, go up the stairs, out the side, and then you had to go up to like where the bathrooms were at on this like top balcony area, and you had like the best reception, or you were attached to Wi-Fi. That was the only way to do anything. Otherwise you had no Wi-Fi in that place.
That's, you gotta have the Wi-Fi. So you gotta have the Wi-Fi's.
Right, and I'm like, it's for a thing that is all about internet and connecting with people that are on the internet. You can't connect to the internet.
I heard the other like number 4 for TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Where all the people that were IRL streaming all over the place.
Oh yes.
It's like, that's annoying. Like, I don't like, if you're gonna IRL stream, keep it on yourself, but like don't like throw the camera in other people's faces. Like,
yes.
there's a boundary for the IRL streaming community, and it got crossed a lot during TwitchCon and PAX South.
Yeah.
It's this, you know, casters sometimes just want to relax.
Yeah.
And they don't always want to be on. But then the moment that someone, a random affiliate or non-affiliate or other partner that's just trying to like get some publicity,
right,
like puts their phone in someone else's face and like, oh, and with me today I got Sinful Riddling, and you're like, dude, stop. Like,
yeah,
I'm trying to drink my beer and eat my wings.
Yeah,
I don't want to entertain your chat.
Yeah, well, that was definitely something that I noticed. I would want to say that, you know, like at the parties, I wasn't at any of the parties because I'm not cool enough, I guess. But they have enough bearded people there at the parties; they don't need me. But no, for real though, they had actually banned IRL streams at some of these parties because they said we don't want you. We want the streamers to relax, and they told people that if you are IRL streaming, you're getting kicked out. We don't care who the hell you are. So it's, you know, I would like to say that it would be nice to have that happen, but the likelihood of people actually like following that rule is up in the air. It depends on the people, and I feel like the people that are IRL streaming at these things are not normal IRL streamers.
Right.
You know, they're the people that are just like, oh, I can IRL stream, and they do it. They're not the people who actually do it all the time, so they don't really know the etiquette. You know, it's just like when you go into specific people's, you know, music streams, you don't just throw out random shit for them to do because they don't know how to do it. You have to know the rules of their chat. It's just like any other place, guys. You know, if I had a camera shoved in my face, I'd probably be the same way. I would not be a pleasant person. So, but yeah, so PAX East, PAX, where else? PAX South, you said this year?
I did not get there. Get to go there. Unfortunately, full-time job got in the way.
Of course.
I had some. I'm a video producer and editor at my new job, full-time, and I had to get some videos out for an expo in Vegas.
Okay.
So unfortunately, was not able to make it. But PAX East and TwitchCon are like the two on the radar for this year.
Okay.
Maybe PAX West, depending on funds and stuff that's going on. But it'd be cool to go to the West Coast for something this year.
My ultimate suggestion to you, if you do hit West Coast, is Airbnb. 100%. Make sure you hit one. I can't say enough about that about Airbnb because
we just booked an Airbnb for PAX East just today. So
good stuff. Yeah.
I've never used Airbnb before, but today I am.
The best thing to look out for is the superhosts. They're like it's like the partnered streamers of
Airbnb.
Of Airbnb. They're like the best. They're like the best of the best. Their places are always immaculate. They get 5 stars every time. It's that kind of people. So, but yeah,
Superhosts.
Yeah, Superhosts, and just, you know, always look at the reviews. Those guys, Airbnb is pretty good about getting rid of the shitty people.
Fiance's used it before, so I trust her opinion. We got the place. We booked a place, and
Good.
I trust her. That's something that I'm not good at that she's very good at.
Good stuff. So all right, I'll get you out of here so you can get on your way for the night. I want to have you plug up I want you to plug all your stuff and tell the audience where they could see you at.
All right. Thank you, guys. I'm AdmiredPlague. If you want to catch me live, I stream almost every single day of the week. I stream Monday through Friday, except for Tuesdays. Usually 8 p.m. till about 2 o'clock in the morning. You can catch me at twitch.tv/AdmiredPlague. You can always get my Twitter information. So when I go live or if I'm not going live, Twitter, it's going to be at AdmiredPlague TV at the end of that. And then Instagram, where I post all my fun life photos of photography, video stuff, and Twitch tips and help, things like that. That's Instagram is just at AdmiredPlague. And then last but not least, my own personal website, AdmiredPlague.com. You can go there for Twitch tips, help, videos. I have a subscription guild service that allows people that are newer streamers or even partners. I run a stream consulting business. I help people grow and network with other companies that I have tons of partnerships with. And what else do we have on there? Videos, blog posts, and stuff like that. So AdmiredPlague.com. That's about it.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for having the time to come on. And if you know of anyone that also wants to tell their story, let me know.
Absolutely.
Shoot me a message.
I was actually super stoked when you reached out. I was like, hey, I want you on the podcast. I'm like, yes. So thank you for taking time out of your day to invite me out here and talk a bit about myself and Twitch stuff. It was a lot of fun. So
thanks. Sweet. And real quick before I let you go, I want you to give these guys one piece of advice. If they want to start a Twitch channel, if they're on Twitch and they are trying to, get bigger, what is your one piece of advice except for be consistent? I don't want to hear that crap anymore.
Be consistent. Be good at what you do. Just be yourself. There's so many things out there. There's so many, characters and gimmicks and quote unquote get rich quick schemes type of things out there. The best way to grow is literally just be yourself and be real with your community. If you're having a bad day, say you're having a bad day. There's no shame in telling your community, what you're going through, because that builds a stronger bond with your community that, they know, what you're doing, and then how they react. It's just it's a relationship built on trust and love and care and stuff. And that's what exactly a community is. Your community is basically a small little plant, and you want to nurture it and grow it, and you have to love it and care for it. And the best way to do that is just to be open and honest with it. So if you're starting out, I only say that just because it covers everything. Mm-hmm. New casters and casters have been on Twitch, the platform, for a very long time. You just have to take a step back and just look at your community and build the best community you can. And being open and honest with them at all times is the best way to do that. So be yourself and stay true to why you started Twitch, and you'll get places.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much again, seriously, for being on. Me, man. And I can't wait for TwitchCon. I hope to see you there for sure.
Yep.
And that's about it, man. Thank you again.
I just want to touch the beard.
Yes. So, all right, man. I will see you when I see you then.
All right. Have a good one.
Peace out.
Bye.
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. I really appreciate it. If you guys liked AdmiredPlague, please hit him up on all his social media. I appreciate that. If you guys like the podcast itself, I want you guys to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, hit the bell notification, please. It'll tell you guys when I am live. I also want to thank my sponsor. It is audible.com. If you guys want some amazing books on audio, check out the link audibletrial.com/SYB for a free 30-day trial on me. And please pick up an awesome book. I've been checking out some great books by Gary Vee. I'm waiting for his new book, Crushing It. I cannot wait for that book. And if you guys have read it already in real life and not on the Audible book, don't ruin it for me. But anyways, yeah, check it out on audibletrial.com/SYB for free 30-day trial. Like I said, guys, thank you guys again for watching this. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys want, check out in the end cards for more podcasts or for any other videos on the SYB Productions page. Thank you again. Peace out, blades up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.